Hey guys, I'm Josh,
I'm Ben.
and this is our new podcast we're starting called TGI Tuesdays. We'll be uploading it every Tuesday, right? And for the first episode, we decided we're just going to kind of interview each other so that you guys can get to know us better. So Ben will start us off. We'll just get right into it.
All right, Josh, when was the last time you changed your opinion slash belief about something major?
It was politics last week, and I was talking with my sister about it. My sister's very like liberal, right? I viewed myself more as conservative. And then we had a discussion and she brought up some good points. So I kind of, I think, moved more in the middle about just politics in general.
All right.
Yeah. So Ben, if you were the only human left on Earth, what would you do?
Um, if I was the only human left on Earth, I'd probably kill myself
Why?
because there's no one else. I can't reproduce. There's basically nothing to do. It's that generation's gonna die and humanity's gonna die out on Earth. So there's I
Is there
feel
anything you would do?
I
Hmm?
feel like, I mean, I don't know, I might run around naked for a bit or something, but there's not much you could really do in the long run.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I guess I can get that.
All right. Josh, who inspires you to be better?
Um, Probably the person that I'm crushing on at the time.
Oh,
You know,
all right.
yeah, I mean, if I'm real. Okay, so Ben, what did you think you would grow out of but haven't?
Well, I've thought about this one before. Just for a little bit of background information, I play the saxophone, and back in fourth, fifth grade, I expected I'd stop playing going into middle school, and I was like, I'll just grow out of it. It's not something I really want to do in the long run, but I thought I would grow out of it. I just never did. It's really become one of the most important things in my life, just my music in general. So I'd say that's the one thing that I thought I would grow out of.
Well, that's a good thing to keep, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
definitely not bad. All right, Josh. In what situation or place would you feel the most out of place in?
Hmm. I would probably feel most out of place in a situation where I can't make a big impact or I can't like really help with this situation, like help with the problem. Because it's kind of like, I don't know, what I always try to do. So if I was like super scared, in a situation when I'm useless, I guess is the way what I'm trying to put it.
I see that.
Yeah. So Ben, what's the dumbest thing you've done that actually turned out pretty well?
Ooh, that's hard. That's hard to think. There's a lot of things. um, I'd say, oh, I don't know. I mean, I can't. There's not a whole lot of like. There's not a whole lot of things I do that I'd consider like dumb things. I usually think things through.
Really?
Mostly, I mean, kind of. I'd say probably choosing to like while this is like a super small thing in the long run or whatever, but like just like choosing to like jump off things and like try and screw around. That's probably the dumbest thing I've done that I haven't somehow like hurt myself.
What's the dumbest place you've jumped off of?
A park pavilion roof.
Park pavilion roof. Huh. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right. Josh, what is something that you will never do again?
um, I'd like to say I wouldn't procrastinate. again, but I tend to do that. I don't like procrastinate too much because I always have a plan for things, but it's like still I could do it. I could manage my time better. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's anything I would like never really do again. Like a specific thing, you know.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Oh boy. So Ben, what do you spend the most time thinking about?
Ooh. It depends on what time of the day. At
Yeah.
night, it's like usually how can I make myself better? Because I don't know, I feel like I've had a lot of things not go the best for me recently and just in life in general. So I always am thinking like what did I do wrong? How can I do it better? But if it's at pretty much any other time of the day, I mean, Josh, you know this, it's gonna be music.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Josh, what are some of the events in your life that made you who you are?
Um, I haven't really had any super traumatic life experiences. Um, I would say it's like mistakes I've made, or like stupid things I've done, or like, that kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Whoops. That really just changed me as a person. Because like I used to be really emotional almost. And
uh,
then like this past year I became like not very emotional for a while, and then now I feel like I'm in a healthy place with emotions. But it's kind of that sort of a thing where like I just decided to change myself in a drastic way, and it ends up balancing itself out in the end. But
I respect that.
yeah. So Ben, what do you wish your brain was better at doing?
Oh boy. Well, one thing I would say is remembering things, because Josh, you know, I have the worst memory out of pretty much anyone in our group.
Yeah, you do.
Um,
You can't even remember something you said 2 seconds ago.
yeah, that definitely happens. Um, I don't know if this really counts as something your brain was better at doing, but I definitely, like you said, wish I was better at not procrastinating.
Yeah,
Because that's
I think
like
that
one of
counts.
the worst things, pretty much, that ruins most things in my life. When it comes to
Yeah.
like school and stuff, especially.
Yeah. Summer reading.
Yeah. All right. Josh, there are two
Oh
types of
boy,
people in
crap.
this world. What are the two types?
Dang. Hmm. Two types of people in this world. I think there are definitely more than two types.
Yeah.
But I think it could probably be boiled down to like ethics. Like I think it's ethics, but it's like um deontologists and utilitarians. I think is a
I'm not
big difference in
familiar.
people. That's people who like. Okay, so I might be completely wrong on this, and I have another answer I'll say after it. But deontologists kind of judge like actions on the actual action, right? So like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right?
Yeah.
Where a deontologist would probably think, well, nuking a city, even if it had a good intent to like end World War II, but the act is evil and there should be a punishment for that because they nuked a city and killed a lot of people, and that makes sense. I don't, And then there's a utilitarian point of view where it's like you judge it on the intent or the outcome, like the ends justify the means, like Thanos, right?
Yeah.
Like Thanos is wiping out half the universe, but to stop overpopulation and stuff.
Yeah.
Or and then back with the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it's like the bombing, or like they bombed it to end the war and to save a lot more lives than they would have taken bombing it. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, I think that's a big difference between people. But then I also think there's just the logical people and the emotional people both have their strengths and weaknesses.
I
The people who like are empathetic are more empathetic and they think through things emotionally. People who aren't very empathetic and they think through things logically. And I think, you know, you
like
need both of them.
like you said with like logical people, I would have said um I think it's logical people and then creative people.
I like left brain and right brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, yeah, I can get that. Um, so Ben, what is the strangest thing you've come across?
Um
Maybe just like in your and like in your personality, or like just actually in real life, like a
ooh,
I don't know, mythical creature or something,
that's
aliens.
huh. I don't know. It's hard to say. There aren't too many like strange things that I come across on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah,
Um
strange person.
let's see. I think one time I was I think was it at Brady's house? I don't know if you were there or not. It might have been at Brady's house, and it was like at night. But I'm pretty sure we like thought we saw us like someone or something like running in the woods, like far back on like the left side of his house. You know?
Um, I think I might have been there for that, but I don't
Yeah, I don't know.
exactly
I don't remember if that was Brady's house or not, but I'm pretty sure it was something like that, where it was like something running through the woods. It could have just been like a deer or something, but
know. Yeah,
I mean, if it was like something like a person or I don't know, friggin' dwarf, then
a dwarf,
yeah,
goblin.
yeah, who knows? I mean, that's probably one of the strangest things I've ever seen in real life.
Yeah.
I don't really have a solid answer to this question. It's probably the best I can do for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
um, Josh, what is something you are certain you'll never experience?
Poverty. And I think so America is a per capita compared to a lot of other countries. I mean, people make a good amount of money. You're like a poor person in America could be like fairly wealthy in Africa, you know?
Yeah.
So I think you know, if you judge it like that, then definitely I don't think I'll ever experience poverty. But I also think I'll I grew up not in poverty, definitely not in poverty. I think I'm gonna be able to just keep that going, especially with like my more business minded mind. So,
Yeah, it's a good answer.
Ben, what dumb accomplishment are you most proud of?
Oh, yeah. What is it like? What does it mean by accomplishment? Just like something I've done or something like?
What's something that other people would think is stupid, but that you've done, or like that a positive thing you've done that other people might think is like, I mean, stupid, really dumb,
Honestly,
but you're still
I'm
proud
probably
of.
gonna have to say I'm like I wouldn't say proud, but like I'm like really happy and excited that I got to meet Leo P, which is like my idol. He's a saxophone
Yeah.
player, but everybody else is like I've never heard of him, so it doesn't matter. But like I don't really care if other people don't care or whatever, but it means a lot to me. So that I'm probably gonna have to say that.
Yeah, I respect that.
If you could make one rule that everyone had to follow, what rule would you make?
Oh, dang. Um, there are a lot of different like things. I don't know. I think a big thing that comes to mind for me, like now, I think I criticized you on this yesterday. I was like, or maybe it was Brady, but I think people shouldn't complain about things unless they get out there and start trying to fix it. Because I think a lot of people like even make up issues just to complain about stuff,
Yeah,
and I think I just don't think you have the right to complain about something unless you're willing to go and fix it
I respect that.
and change it.
Yeah.
Ben, what is something you're addicted to?
Oh boy. If you would have asked me this a year or two ago, I definitely would 100% said video games.
Yeah.
But at this point, I feel like video games aren't as important as in my life as they used to be, which is definitely not a bad thing. Um,
Yeah. It's a good thing.
I mean, addictions don't necessarily have to be bad things, right?
I think an addiction is supposed to be negative.
Well,
If it's a positive thing, I think it would just be called like a hobby.
I don't know. I mean, I'd I don't think I'm really addicted to anything like negative. I can't really think of anything. I don't know if you can for me, but
I think we all have things that we're addicted to that like we shouldn't make public.
yeah, that
The
too.
whole world. So, oh yeah, I think I get you though.
Yeah,
It's like you're at a healthy point in your life.
yeah. Uh, Josh, what stereotype do you completely live up to?
Uh, um, okay. So this past year, I went through a phase, a big for to maybe April, even a little past that, where I was always trying to be like the alpha male, right? Like you know that,
Yeah,
yeah. And so I think even though I read a book called The Right to Lead, which changed my perspective on everything. It kind of like pulled me out of it. But the whole alpha male thing is born out of like insecurity, right?
yeah,
So like I think I kind of covered all my insecurities up with trying to be like the alpha male. I think I still kind of would live up to that now. Not completely, but I think that's the closest thing
hmm.
I would do. And I don't think it's a good thing. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Ben, what is something you can never seem to finish?
Oh, um, I don't know how deep this is supposed to be. I could easily just be like English papers, cause I'm
You
guilty.
never finish your English papers.
No, I don't know how I managed to have a good grade in that class, but um, if if we're talking more serious, like in-depth things, it's probably gonna be more like passion projects. Cause like in the past, I mean, I'm definitely trying to get better with this, with like certain stuff we're working on.
Hmm.
But in the past, I've like set goals for myself. Like I'm gonna like draw something. Like I never finish it, or sometimes even started. Or like I'm gonna write some like pop music, something. I don't know. I'm gonna write something, and I just don't do
Hmm.
it. I mean, like I said, I'm getting better with that. But yeah, for me, it's probably gonna be like passion projects that I just sometimes don't get to or can't finish.
Yeah, I feel that. It's yeah.
As you get older, what are you becoming more and more afraid of?
Hello.
Hey, as you get older,
Sorry.
what are you
Yeah.
becoming more and more afraid of?
Um um probably I don't know. I think I'm not happy about more call or more school, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm necessarily afraid of that. I think as I get older and more afraid I'm gonna like fail at a lot of the things that I've like planned. But I also think that's growth. So
Yeah, I definitely see that.
um Ben,
Yeah.
what would be the scariest monster you can imagine?
Are we talking like actual like monster, like creature, or are we talking like metaphorical monster?
What's a metaphorical monster?
Like a really horrible person?
Sure, why not? We can take a deep root on this.
All right.
I mean, like a scary monster. I don't know. I don't think you can get really in depth of that.
I feel like anyone that's willing to like or like trying to hurt like family or like close friends and like trying to get to you like psychologically, that's always been like scary thought to me, like psychological warfare. Uh, Especially someone who hurts animals. That's
Called
just
PETA.
it's the worst thing, man. Just people who know how to like psychologically trick you into doing things and stuff like that without you even like necessarily realizing at first. For
Like
me,
manipulators.
yeah, for me that's like the scariest monster I could imagine.
Yeah, yeah, I can feel that.
Uh,
I can get that.
what song or artist do you like but rarely admit to liking?
Hmm. Okay, the first thought that came to my mind is Taylor Swift, but I am very vocal about how much I love Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So I don't think that could be it. Let me check my playlist real quick.
I'm gonna answer this one too, and for me, it's gonna it's gonna be Despacito.
Oh my gosh, you do. You know what? I think
Despacito is not a song I listen to a lot, like on my own. But whenever it is playing, I don't have a terrible time listening to it.
yeah, he doesn't skip it. He plays it all the time. Um, for me, I think it might be Shawn Mendes actually. You know the song "Treat You Better"?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
All right. Fair enough.
Cause I don't know if I can just like relate to it so hard, or if it's just like it's a bop. But I don't know. Um, Ben, what would you do if you were gonna die in an hour?
All right. Number one, uh, I I'd go skinny dipping in the nearest body of water.
The creek.
I'd I'd buy some fireworks and guns and stuff and just blow crap up. I'd just run down the street naked. I'd try and get myself imprisoned.
Why? You don't
Cause,
want to spend the last like couple minutes of your life in prison.
bro, think about it. Then they
I
just
mean, you'd
like
just be in a holding cell.
they just imprison someone that I just like plop over dead. Dude, I'm just that's what I do. I do everything I want to do. I'd run down the street naked playing saxophone and light up fireworks and crap. Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to get arrested, but
Yeah, I'd probably get arrested for that anyways. Josh,
yeah.
if you had to change your name, what would you change it to?
Oh, dang. Um, bro, I don't know. I would try and do like a long, fancy name.
Oh, Ezekiel.
Not Ezekiel, but like something like Leonidas,
Hu-
something cool like that.
Humphrey.
I think Vladimir is a sick name, but
Yeah.
I don't think I would do that. I think I don't know. I mean, I like the name Josh, so I wouldn't want to change my name.
Yeah.
But I think if I would change it to like Ragnar. I would change it to Ragnar.
All right.
Yeah, there you go, Ragnar. Okay. What is something that your friends would consider so you?
All right. This isn't something I necessarily agree with myself, but based off of what people say, it's probably be making up excuses because I'm too lazy to do something.
Yeah,
Even whenever I'm not making up excuses, everyone still thinks I am.
because he used to do that all the time.
I know. I don't regret
Yeah,
it. I
so
I don't
you
regret
don't,
it.
you don't regret it.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Reputation is something that can change.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take a while. I mean, you weren't lying, I mean, you're getting better with it. You've become a lot better of a person. I'll say
Yeah, I'm surprised. Let's see.
that. Great.
What risks are worth taking, Josh?
I think almost all risks are worth taking. I think like if you're texting a girl or guy, whatever you're into, that you like, um just taking the risk and making your feelings known is any risk that in the end will that is morally justified and morally right first off. But any risk that will help you get happy or help you pursue happiness, I think is a risk worth taking. Because you know, if you don't I've heard a lot of old people say that it's not the things that they did in their life they regret, but it's the things they didn't do. So I think you should just do like everything.
Yeah.
Or I think you should take all the risks you can. I'm a big risk taker, so
Yeah.
that's my Ben, what can you not get right no matter how many times you try?
Oh. Um. If we're talking, I have two answers. The second answer I'm gonna figure out as I go. Uh, for if it's like a smaller thing, if we're talking smaller things, just like nothing like actually too serious, it's gonna be this one solo I'm working on. I've tried so many times I just can't seem to get it right. I mean, I'm gonna keep on working on it. It's all you can do, really, but it's hard,
Mhm.
man. But if we're talking more serious, um, it's probably gonna be like relationships.
Yeah,
I'm
those are hard.
hopeless. I'm a hopeless romantic.
No, I'm sure you'll find somebody. I mean, you're going to,
Eventually.
yeah.
All right. Josh, if you could convince everyone in the world to do one thing at one point in time, what would that thing be?
Where's the answer to like go like everybody in the world comes and gives me $1, then I am a billionaire like that, right?
Yeah.
There's I that's selfish, so I wouldn't do that. Um, I mean it's only $1 for each person, so it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
But I think like I don't know, spreading kindness, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So something positive. I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But Ben, what is something that you take for granted?
Ooh. Probably money. Not. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
I like work for my parents whenever I need to get money, obviously. Like I assume most people do if they're in a like good situation with money. Um but I feel like I just take it for granted that I just want to like get everything I can and just like I mean all it's not like I'm spending money on bad things like drugs or something, but like even just like buying like my music related stuff, it's like a lot of money and I feel like I just take it for granted.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Uh
relate to that on a spiritual level.
yeah. Josh, I think these are the more in-depth questions now.
We might be getting there.
What's something you're self-conscious about?
Oh, frick. Hmm. I When I was younger, I was self-conscious about like my body, but I'm not self-conscious about that anymore. I've gotten a lot of self-confidence with that. I think more I'm self-conscious about like I guess my reputation,
Mm,
like I don't know, something will get screwed up. I really don't know. I'm not a very self-conscious person, so I don't think I have a solid answer to this one. But
yeah, I didn't think you
yeah,
really would, but I was interested to hear still.
um, what personality trait do you value the most, and which do you like the most? For like, how about like for a friend or for like,
Well, so for like for myself or for someone else.
why don't you do for your friend for a friend and then for like a significant other,
Okay. Um,
a girl that you're into?
which do I value most? For both, for me that's probably gonna be humor. I like am not interested in talking to someone that like can't like laugh about things and like I am like to think I have a pretty decent sense of humor and I make jokes out of a lot of things, which is just like my natural defense mechanism.
A little dark sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah. So if it's someone that like just doesn't have a like sense of humor, I just feel like I can't connect with them. Um, let's see. And what do I
Yeah.
dislike the most? It's probably just like again for both, just someone that like is just rude, like in general. Like some people just don't know how to be nice to people, you know.
Yeah, that's the truth, isn't it?
So I feel like that's gonna be what I dislike for most people.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Josh, what gets you fired up the most?
Um, hmm. There are a lot of things that make me angry. Um, it could be like I can be fairly competitive. So when I'm losing, that gets me really fired up. Um, when people are acting like very or like idiots, that gets me angry.
Yeah.
I think something that the thing that makes me the most angry though would probably be somebody who uses other people like a player. I mean, like, yeah, like a player. Because there's a specific person I'm thinking of that I don't like at all because they're a player. I think that's what gets me the most angry.
I respect that.
Um, on another note, Ben, what challenging thing are you working through these days? Like a personal
Uh,
struggle.
for me, let's see. I have two answers for this. Um,
Shoot.
one, I'm trying to I'm trying to work through like I have like when I have trouble like stay like whenever I want to like exercise like for a certain amount of time every day, I have trouble like staying on that schedule, and like I just like kind of stop doing it after like a week or two. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to like work through getting better at like keeping a schedule and like working hard to improve myself. And then
consistency and discipline.
yeah, the other thing is I feel like I have a lot of things about myself mentally that people don't like. I'm trying to get better at that. Uh like we were talking about earlier, how I like made excuses or whatever. I try to get better doing that, or like sometimes I can just be like rude without even realizing that I'm being hurtful. I'm trying to get better at that. So it's just like becoming better.
Nice, good answer.
Let's see. Josh, what irrational fear do you have?
I have an irrational fear of spiders. I have a, I would call it arachnophobia. Maybe I'm just like scared of spiders. But yeah, spiders scare the crap out of me. I know they're good for the environment and everything, and they keep bug populations down. So that's good. I don't like centipedes either. Anything with a lot of legs that's like small gets to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh, I'm pretty sure you know this about me, but I have like the weird irrational fear of holes, which I think is trypophobia.
Yeah, yeah, I know
I don't
that one.
know like where that came from or how that developed. I just have that, and it's weird.
Because it went all over the internet back in like 2015,
Yeah.
didn't it? And
I
that's when everybody was like, "Oh, I'm scared of holes."
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I kind of like this. I'm pretty sure I realized around I think like near the end of 6th grade, because I specifically remember like I told someone, and then people constantly would try and show me pictures of holes. So yeah, that wasn't the best thing ever. But
Yeah, that was such a struggle. It's just so unnatural.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't think I'm scared of it, but like, you ever seen those pictures where it's just a person with a bunch of holes in like their toe or their hand?
Yeah,
And that's like unnatural. So that's like, you've seen those videos where people like with dogs or animals, people squeeze and a bunch of
yeah.
like worms. Oh, those are
Ugh, I don't
gross.
like that.
Anyway, what's the best and worst piece of advice you've ever received?
Okay, for the best, this is like something simple you've probably heard a million times, but it's just stay true to yourself. Like I've had a good amount of people tell me that, but it's just like important. Just like don't if like what you're doing is fine, don't change for other people. If people want you to like be different just for them, don't. Just be yourself and just be the best person you can. And then the
Yeah.
worst, that's harder. Um,
Just be something somebody told you to do with your girl, because that's
for the worst for me, it's probably gonna be uh just people telling me just try and be friends and be nice to everybody. Cause that's just
yeah,
I don't see how you can do that. Some people are just naturally like enemies of just you and your friends, and I just don't see how you can be nice and try and be friends with everybody.
yeah. I think I'm gonna answer this one too. But the best advice for me, I think, would be it's I think it's a quote, but it's people don't plan to fail; they fail to plan. That's just kind of a thing that I try and live by. But then the worst piece of advice, I think I think I agree with you somewhat, because like people would always tell you, yeah, be nice to everybody and like show everybody respect. And I think you should show everybody respect, but like I think you should have a baseline level of respect, right?
Yeah.
But then some people don't deserve any more respect, and you need to show them that so that they can change.
Yeah,
and they can become a better person.
I definitely see that.
But yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. Josh, if you had a clock that'd count down to any one event of your choosing, what event would you want it to count down to?
I think a common answer would be like my death, right?
Yeah.
And people always say they don't want to know when their death is, or they don't want to know like how to die, how they die.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to know how I die, but I think I would want to know when I die
Yeah.
because then like I'll really know live life to the fullest. You only have this amount of time,
Yeah.
so I think yeah that or like my wedding
Yeah.
or my proposal. My proposal when I propose to somebody that like my soulmate when I
Yeah.
propose to my soulmate because then I can know when I need to do it.
Yeah. I see that.
Ben, what do you strongly suspect but have no proof of?
Wyoming isn't real.
Amen.
Yeah. All
There's
right.
a lot of proof for that though.
Yeah, that's true. But, most conspiracy theories are like you don't know for sure, but like,
Yeah.
um Josh, what's the last adventure you went on?
Bro, I don't know. It's been a while. The lake was cool, but it wasn't much of an adventure.
Yeah.
Parenthood. The fish.
Oh, that's true. We raised fish at a lake that we went to together, and we had to set them free after a few died.
We started with 12 and we ended with 3.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah. Ben, when do you feel truly alive?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if this is a feeling that you can relate to, Josh, because like I don't know how much experience you really have with the the whole band thing, but not just like actual like band in school, but just like a band. But whenever I'm playing in like jazz band and everyone's just playing and I'm like up doing a solo or something and we're all just having a good time and like being together, it's like a family, and that's just when I feel the most alive. Just jazz band or living out my musical dream. It's really a feeling that's hard to describe. You might kind of know because you run a musical, right?
Yeah, I'm not like a. That's not when I feel most alive. I'll
Well,
tell you
no,
that.
but it's kind of like eventually it's kind of starts to feel like a family there after a
Oh
while.
yeah, definitely.
So it's just like it feels like that. And it's just like the best thing being able to perform with all of like your super close friends, and that's one of the
Oh
best
yeah,
things.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've experienced that. And they're down a solo though.
So, dude, I mean, if you're not confident in your skills, solos are really hard. But if you like know what you're doing, they're just like it's the best thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, Josh, what chapters would you separate your autobiography into?
Um, Probably my childhood, middle school, or like maybe 2 chapters from middle school. It would be like the 7th grade and 8th grade. I think is just I don't know what I would name them, but those are 2 very monumental years. Then high school, I might do 9th and 10th grade, then 11th and 12th grade as a chapter.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'm not in college yet, so I don't know. I can't really, but I think like my presidency, could be a chapter.
Yeah.
My business ventures. I think yeah, I don't know. That's probably as good as it'll get.
Yeah.
Ben, what stat for your life would you most like to see?
Um, it's probably for me. You know how in some video games there's like a little like bar or something for your reputation and like how people feel about you and stuff.
Yeah,
That would be
that's
it,
a good one. That would be a
definitely.
good one.
Or like in Fallout, how if you like do something, sometimes your companions will be like, whoever didn't like that or liked that or loved that, I'd probably have something like that.
That would be really nice, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. I wish. What could you do with $2 million to impact the most amount of people?
Hmm. I don't think investing in a charity would impact the most amount of people.
Yeah.
I think investing it in something to make you more money, and then when you have a lot more money, becoming a philanthropist or something,
Yeah.
and you just reach out to a lot of people, sponsor a lot of good things.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a smart way to do it if you're trying to help people.
Yeah.
Ben, so after that like hour where you thought you were gonna die and you didn't die, and then you're put into solitary confinement for 6 months, what would you do to stay sane?
Oh,
There you go.
I've thought about this.
Connected universe.
I've thought about this kind of before, and if I was just stuck in one room with like pretty much like mostly nothing, I'd probably just sleep as much as possible.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because it's like I feel like if you're awake for a long time, it's probably gonna well one might probably screw up your internal clock if you like say
Oh
you
yeah.
can't like you don't know what time of day it is or whatever. That's gonna like screw you up. So it's just I'd sleep as much as possible because then I just wouldn't
Did
have
you
to.
ever see? No, finish.
Yeah, I don't know anything to really say.
Did you ever see that Vsauce episode, the free one, and like season one of his YouTube Red series?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, where he was in that white box
yeah,
for 3 days straight. That would be something.
yeah.
I don't think that's what solitary confinement. I think solitary confinement is probably worse than that,
Oh,
honestly.
definitely. What's something horrible that everyone should try at least once?
What do you mean horrible? Like a horrible food?
Just anything that's horrible.
Anything that's horrible? Um, Public speaking can be horrible for the first time for a lot of people.
I love public speaking, honestly.
I do too. I didn't like it at first, or I didn't. I liked it. I've always liked it, but I like it even more now that I've done it a lot.
At
And
least
I think it's important for everybody to try.
whenever I have to like speak in front of the class or something in school, I feel like the reason most people are like not considered like good at it is because it's just kind of like bland and sometimes they like mess up. But if you just have like a level of confidence and you just add like personality to it, like you can be pretty great at it. Like most people have told me they love hearing me like speak in class because I'm just like funny and I make jokes and like I, I have a lot of emphasis on how I say things. So whatever it's
A
like,
lot of charisma up there.
yeah. So it's just
Yeah,
if you can get better at it, it becomes a lot easier.
yeah. I have to public speak in a few of my classes. I always have a good time with it because I'm confident in myself, and I know people like me,
Yeah.
and that just makes it a lot easier. But even then, like it's just I think it's a really important thing for people to try because a lot of leaders can recognize that from public speaking. And it's also just a really good skill to have. I think it I think it would change a lot.
Yeah.
Um, Ben, have you ever saved someone's life?
Um, let's see. I mean, I know a few people that I've like helped through like depression, like severe depression, to like almost to the point of killing themselves and stuff like that. I don't know if
Hmm.
I don't know if you really consider that saving someone's life. I mean, I would.
I would.
Um,
I'm
I'm
sure there are other people. I wouldn't take all the credit for doing that, but I
yeah.
think,
I'm not gonna like say who, obviously, especially on
yeah,
a
yeah.
podcast. But
Hope
um,
not.
uh, I mean, I feel like when it comes to like the physical sense of like I don't know, pushing someone out of the way of a truck or something, I don't think I really have, as far as I remember. I
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, maybe the opportunity will come one day, but as of today, I have not.
yeah. I mean, I've helped some people through like on the verge of suicide,
Yeah.
and but yeah, I agree. I don't really know if I physically like, yeah, exactly, push somebody out of the way of a truck. I think
Yeah.
it's, you know,
Josh, what were some of the turning points in your life?
um, I think middle school was big for me.
Yeah.
Um, that just kind of changed a lot about my personality.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely see that.
yeah,
For me, at least, I definitely have to say one of the biggest things that's impacted my life is, well, two things. One, obviously music. Starting music is like it's basically it's giving me something to do whenever I like am bored. So instead of like laying around and playing video games or something, it's I can like go and play saxophone or play piano or something, and I feel like it's in that way made me a little bit healthier, even physically, and a lot healthier mentally. But
yeah,
in a weird way, I feel like a turning point in my life was cutting my hair because for the longest time up until like 6th grade, I had like really long hair, um, and everybody kind of knew me as that guy that had really long hair. So when I cut my hair shorter, I feel like a lot of things, a lot of things changed socially, and I don't know, even maybe like I don't know. I mean, obviously physically, but maybe mentally for me.
yeah. Um, Ben, what annoys you the most about the in groups that you're a part of? It's like your friend groups. Yeah, pretty much.
For our group of friends, it's probably gonna be us not always necessarily acting like an entire group of friends, kind of being split up occasionally, just not being able to get along, which happens a lot, even in other groups of friends that I'm associated with.
Hmm.
It's definitely gonna be that. Josh, what do you have doubts about just in general?
I have doubts about people's true intentions.
Oh, I definitely feel that.
I'm always skeptical of other people's actions. I think I'm good at reading people, but sometimes I can just go too far because some people just like aren't. I mean, some people just aren't smart enough to like plan things out or scheme as
Manipulate
much as I
you.
think they are. Yeah, but again, sometimes the court jester is smarter than the king, so
Yeah.
you never know.
It's important to think about.
Yeah. Ben, what is something you want to be remembered for when you die?
I've
Like,
thought about
what?
this a lot as the narcissist I am. Um, I want to be remembered as just like I want to be remembered as like a sax star, just like musician that was able to just like have fun and have like an influence on the world.
Interesting, nice.
Uh, what are some of your personal rules that you never break?
Um, I I don't know if I think I have a strong moral compass. I feel like I do, but I don't know if I have a moral code per se. I think I judge my own actions more based off of why I'm doing them.
Yeah.
So I always just try and have the best intentions for things that I do.
One like personal rule that I do have is um in most situations, obviously there are a few exceptions to this. I never sacrifice my own personal health to make someone like happier for something that like doesn't matter. If somebody wants me to
Oh yeah,
if somebody wants me to like stop doing something that I like am really passionate about or something just so I can come like hang out with them or something, I never do that.
yeah, yeah. Um, what is something you regret not doing when you were younger?
Um Probably cutting my hair. I look back to those days and I'm like, why did I do that? So, yeah, it's probably the short answer. What's the best thing about you?
I think the best thing about me could also be the worst thing about me. I think I have a more controlling nature, and I think that a I think that's a strength and a weakness because I can sometimes I dominate other people, and they don't get to say their opinions, which can or they don't get to state their ideas, which can be better than mine.
Yeah.
Or like, but also it's good because you know I don't suck at it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What bends your mind every time you think about it?
Um Trying to imagine where I mean, this isn't what I believe, but if it is the case where whenever you die it's just nothing, physically imagining nothing, like I mean, like your mind tends to want to like represent it as like you like just like floating in like black abyss, but like realistically, if it was nothing, it would just be nothing. It's hard to I don't know. It's hard to explain, but just that is kind of weird to me.
Yeah, yeah. I always get tripped out when I think about like heaven
Yeah,
and like eternity in heaven because that blows my mind.
yeah.
Thinking about eternity is just hard.
I think these are gonna be some of the few last questions we're gonna do for this session.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. So, in your group of friends, what role do you play?
Um, I don't know. What role would you say I play in like our group,
I'd say you're like the dad of the group.
the dad of the group? Yeah, that's probably true. I yeah. In my like school friend group, or like my other one, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like the grounded, down to earth planner. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not like the dad. My friend Colin is like the dad because I do a lot of stupid things sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, what is the biggest lesson you never learned or you ever learned? Sorry, like the
Uh,
biggest life lesson.
I feel like for me, at least the most important for me is probably also. I'm pretty sure we touched on like life lessons or I don't know some moral whatever before, but for me, one
Yeah,
of the other most important ones is at least most not all people follow this, but just treat people how they treat you. So if somebody's like really
yeah.
nice and genuine to you, I'd say just be really nice back. But if someone's like just really mean to you and rude, just be rude back.
I don't know if I agree you should be rude back, but I
That's
think you should treat people how they treat you in a sense.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's a good note to end on.
Okay, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please leave a like and share it with your friends, of course. Um, and the next one will be coming out on Tuesday. And if you have any recommendations, make sure to leave them down in the comment or let us know somehow. But thanks for watching. See you next Tuesday.